Regrettably, I agree with the Auditor General, and I wish to express my regrets for this inconvenience and request Mr. Chairman for more time for this to be prosecuted. No doubt I have some work to do in my office, which I want to promise this committee that I will do, because it is unacceptable what has happened, but it has happened. So I want to request you, Mr. Chairman, that you allow us time to do what we are supposed to do, and I commit that we will do diligently.
Point of order, Chair.
Senator Dulo.
What is that has not been done that needs to be done? Because that has to come out clearly.
Governor, because if you're making a request, it needs to be on specific items.
Yes. What has happened, Mr. Chairman, is that we submitted our responses to the audit queries to the auditors. Regrettably, my team never submitted the annexures to support our responses. I want to confirm that we have effectively submitted the annexures to support our responses to the audit queries, but the auditor have not had time, because they are right that it is yesterday that we submitted the supporting document to our responses. Mr. Chairman, I submit.
Can I get the views of honorable senators before we make a ruling? Senator Mariam Omar.
Chair, as Senate committees, we normally get response from auditors. If they have not reviewed the documents and have not gone through the response, I don't see why to continue with this meeting. And if I may ask the governor, because you are saying because of time limits you cannot remit the annex check, but this is a vote, this is a financial response of 2020 and 2021. So what makes it so hard that you cannot remit the supporting documents? Because that is the way I think as an accountant is supposed to be in your files.
I think let's take the views and then we'll throw it back to the governor, then we will rule on how to proceed. Senator Moffat.
His Excellency the Governor, what do you think is the problem? Is it capacity or negligence or maybe some professional misconduct? Why wouldn't your team fail to do simple things the entire year? And you know you are a veteran, you know you are somebody who is very much conversant in some of these things. Why has it taken your team to, or maybe you have some capacity issues?
Senator Dulo.
Chair, Governor Kajiado is serving his second term. This is not the first time he has appeared before this committee. Some of us were on recess and we purposely came for this meeting, prepared to work today. But when we are being told that there is no work, and this is because of somebody's negligence, then this is unacceptable. Number two, I want to ask the Governor, what action have you taken against those officers who have failed you today? Because there must be a recourse. Because they have wasted our day and also your day. It's an embarrassment even to your office. So we need to know what action has been taken. Number three, I am actually even querying your representation because there is no gender balance at all. So this committee, from the practice, we don't allow any delegation without gender balance because we must sit at that table also as women gender. So those are the issues I want to raise, Chair.
Okay. I don't know whether Senator Kajiado, you want to speak now or once...
Maybe later.
You hear from the governor.
Yes.
Governor, I think a number of issues have been raised, and I agree with my team that this is an embarrassment. This should embarrass you as a governor. but it also wastes the time of the Senate. And I want us to agree on, as you respond, we agree on how we are going to ensure that this does not recur. That is in the event that we agree to defer. Governor, proceed.
Thank you, Chairman. And as I expressed my regrets earlier to the committee, I completely concur that this is both unacceptable and an embarrassment. But as it is, actions against officers who cause this inconvenience to the Senate committee and embarrass the county, there is a code of conduct to follow, and we will follow that. As the governor of Kajiado, and as rightfully put by honorable members, having been serving my second term, having been minister, I completely understand and respect time of the Senate and people who oversight the offices I have held. I have always diligently executed my duties honorably. So I request that at this juncture, I may not want to exactly say what will happen, but this one will not go uncorrected. Mr. Chairman, when we go back to the annexes, there are a number of instances that there will be need for the auditors to visit some sites to verify institutions or projects. And that will require a bit of time on their part to confirm, because some annexures have pictures, and these pictures will only be verified when people go to the ground. And that is why it is necessary that we persuade the distinguished committee of the Senate to allow those verification. When you look at a number of issues, it was a number of projects, some of them involved construction, some of them had bridges, and they need to visit to confirm that what we are saying is actually the truth. And therefore, Mr. Chairman, I want to request you that you allow this adjournment, as painful as it is, so that what we are presenting to you is something that the auditors have seen that it is actually the case. And I want to commit that I will take corrective administrative action against the officers who caused this embarrassment, because I'm actually more embarrassed than actually possibly yourself. It's me that they have let down, and as a result I've let you down, but we will make sure that this correction will be, appropriate action will be taken. I submit,
Senator Kajiado.
Yes, my concern on gender balance.
I want Honorable Chairman to answer.
No, Governor, whether you have a gender balance executive in your county.
Mr. Chairman, the question of gender balance is constitutional and a requirement by law that it is abided for. We have actually institutions that monitor to confirm that it is in place. I want to report to you, Mr. Chairman, that we do have a gender balance in the county. I am also taken aback that possibly some very senior officers who we were together last night, we had actually quite a bit of a commotion on our side, if I may just give a snapshot of what has happened. And in our yesterday's meeting, as we were pushing for this, we had ladies in this meeting. I confirmed that our county executive have a good gender balance, and I think our senator, the Senator Kajiado, who actually served in my first government, can also testify that we do have gender balance.
Was he female then?
No. He was a member of the executive, and so he knew his colleagues.
So it's a wrong example to use.
No. He knows.
And again, Chair, that was 2017-2022. This is 2022.
He actually knows the county.
Other members.
Chair, the governor is trying to build some ground. So
and you know, it's very dangerous grounds. And I want to guide as follows, that even if all the paperwork was okay, we wouldn't have proceeded. We wouldn't have proceeded with this team the way it is, even if everything was okay. So to avoid belaboring the point and avoid getting into a debate that might bear more questions. The comments raised by Senator Dulo are very, very serious. That if we were to give you an opportunity to appear before us, we must see the face of the other gender in your county. But as it is, even if the Auditor General said they were ready, this committee would not be convinced to proceed with this team as it is constituted. So let's not get into that debate if we are not going to have, if we are considering not having a substantive sitting. I want to hear from Senator Kajiado before we agree on how to proceed.
Thank you very much, Chair. I really want to appreciate you and thank you, the committee members, for giving us this opportunity as Kajiado County, and also thank the Governor for appearing before this committee. Chair, in due respect, let me just request you to recognize a member of County Assembly who have just arrived from my county. He's a member of one of the wards. In fact, he's even an MCA for the Governor, and possibly in the Committee of Finance or something like that. Just for before I say a word.
Okay, the honorable members of the County Assembly present, introduce yourselves.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm Paul Metui, MCA, representing the next ward, Chair, Pick Pack Committee, Kajiado County.
Okay, you're welcome.
A clerk.
Good morning, Chair, and all the members. My name is Immaculate Parsena. I'm the Committee Clerk, Public Accounts and Investment Committee, Kajiado County Assembly.
Okay, you're welcome. Senator Onyonka, just introduce yourself. Then Senator Sekilenku, you'll make your comments.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Senator. Your Excellency, Governor Karibu. I'm a member of this committee. My name is Richard Onyonka.
Okay, Senator Kajiado.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for giving the member of County Assembly a chance to say a word. Chair, let me say that it is true, regrettable, that we are unable to proceed and prosecute the matters of this county. And this is a very big problem now that we are facing as a county, and I want to make a challenge, or even to challenge the Governor, that this is a second time now where we had postponed the issues of this auditor report, and I request that, as we are directed by the Chair, I think it will be very unfair to the people of Kajiado if we don't come ready next time. I hope you give the Auditor General good time, a ample time, everything that they may need as you come next time. I believe it will be something good, that we see good reports. And Chair, I hope that we will not be embarrassed again. Governor, you know very well that Kajiado is a vast county. For the project that has been highlighted here by the Auditor General, it's the projects I do understand too. I believe that we will go with, I will definitely follow up with the Auditor General report myself, and also give an report personally myself to this committee as to when and how it has been completed. And the annexes that has been said that you have not submitted, I believe that you'll submit on time as directed by this committee. Otherwise, try to avoid us from this embarrassment, because it's a very big issue to the people of Kajiado, and it is not fair for people of Kajiado to be to get such a report that is not complete every other time. Thank you, Chair. I submit.
I think, having listened to the presentation or the submission of the Auditor General, the Clerk of the Senate, the members of the Senate, and the Governor, it is clear that we are not going to make any sensible progress with matters as they stand. The Senate committee cannot verify things that have not been verified by the Auditor General. If you were to proceed, then would proceed by agreeing with the Auditor General that the entire amounts of money queried here was misused. That then will not be a useful exercise. We want the Auditor General to give us the assurance that the money was properly used, and if they are not convinced that it was properly used, then that is the reason why we have the EACC and we have the control of budget and the National Treasury to take action. Therefore, this session cannot proceed. We therefore direct that within 14 days, now that their annexures are already with the Auditor General, because what I hear you say is that the Auditor General, you submitted the annexures, but you submitted them late. Within 14 days, let your team engage the Office of the Auditor General to conduct that verification, because I don't think there's any new fact that can be presented at this point. Let the Auditor General do the ground verification of projects, and once the Auditor General has done the verification of the annexures and verification of projects, then we shall communicate the next date for our appearance. The option that we have today is to go back to the Parliamentary Powers and Privileges Act, which says that where a witness invited by the committee appears and fails to satisfy the committee, then the committee may impose such a fine on that person. Now, we would invoke that provision of the Powers and Privileges Act if the orders we have given are not going to be complied with. If we find ourselves in a situation where we meet again and the Auditor General is not satisfied, Governor, you will not go back with a reprimand. You will go back with a reprimand and a fine. So please, for the sake of the people of Kajiado, it is important that we go through all these issues with a fine toothpick. And I will propose that once the Auditor General has done the verification of annexures, verification of projects, our next meeting will combine a review of the paperwork and visit to select projects that the Auditor General will have flagged. Kajiado is not far, and I think that within 1 day or within 2 days, we can be able to pick a few sample projects to give assurance to the public that the money sent to Kajiado have been used properly. Now that we are not going to proceed any further, we will adjourn, but I just want to ask Senator Cherargei to go on record so that he's marked as present. I know he was in another meeting.
Good morning. Through the Chair, Cherargei Kiprotich is my name, Senator Nandi County, and the Vice Chair of this committee. Chair, we were ready to proceed, but since you have made a ruling, we stand guided. Thank you.
Okay. So under the circumstances, the meeting is adjourned. We meet again on Thursday. On Thursday at 9:30. At 9:30. And Governor, please ensure that the directives are complied with.
I'm well guided, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Okay.